everybody. Welcome to At America. I see a good number of students here joining us today. I would like to welcome our friends from SMK Pelayaran Jakarta. Hi, everyone. And also from this side, I see a good number of students from IPB Bogor. Okay. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Greetings of virtue, peace, and good health to all of us. First of all, my name is Hasna Rohani. I am one of the guides here at America. For those of you who are new here and have no idea what At America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. And in Indonesia, the world's largest archipelagic country with 17,000 islands. And this also makes Indonesia the world's largest marine biodiversity. By being a committed partner with the Indonesian government as well as private sectors, the United States continues to support Indonesia's efforts to strengthen the governance of its fisheries and oceans while protecting people, the environment, and the economy. Therefore, we invite you all to join us on Deep Ocean Potential of Indonesia. How deep do you explore? We also have here already joining us our wonderful speakers. But before we proceed into our panel discussion, to kick off this special event, I would like to invite the Econ Counselor of the U.S. Embassy Jakarta to deliver opening remark. Please give a welcome to Jonathan Habien.
Thank you, Hasna, and welcome to everyone. Selamat sore. Really glad to see such a great turnout today. Really excited to be here. I think we've got an exciting and interesting program for you. As you may have seen up on the screen, this is the 75th anniversary of bilateral relations between Indonesia and the United States. And I can think of no better example of the value and the breadth of that relationship than the exciting partnership that we have between OceanX and Indonesia that we're going to showcase for you today and provide that opportunity. We've got folks here from Kemenko Marvis, the Deputy Minister, Pak Firman Hidayat, who is in charge of maritime affairs there. And we also have Dr. Vincent Pirabon, I think, if I can get that right, yes, who's the co-CEO as well as the Chief Science Officer for the OceanX. So we were talking a little bit beforehand of going all around the world, helping researchers throughout the world really explore what's going on in the ocean and provide a platform for some really great research to go on. So this Indonesia Mission 2024 is a groundbreaking ocean exploration mission in Indonesian waters aboard the Ocean Explorer, which is probably the world's most advanced exploration, scientific research, and media production vessel. So welcome to all of you. Welcome to our speakers. Looking forward to the presentation today on this collaboration. But before we get to that, I just want to say a couple words about the United States engagement with the oceans. A few years ago, then Secretary of State John Kerry started the Our Ocean process to call attention to the problems of the ocean around the world and bring governments together to try to find solutions. At the Our Ocean conference back in April in Athens, we emphasized the importance of a healthy ocean and the goal of protecting at least 30% of the ocean waters throughout the world by the year 2030. So the United States is committed to this so-called 30 by 30 objective to try to address things like climate change pressures on the ocean, pollution, and destructive fishing practices. So, we think that by working together with other countries around the world that we can help address some of the issues that are faced by this global commons and come together and create a better world for your generation and generations to come. So we very much value the productive partnership we have with Indonesia on maritime and ocean issues, whether that be research through various research institutions, philanthropic groups, efforts like OceanX through NOAA, U.S. government collaboration with research institutions here in Indonesia, with BRIN, with others. I think there's a wide range of people, both in Indonesia and in the United States, working on ocean issues to further scientific knowledge in these areas. I think this mission also exemplifies the strength of the partnership between the United States and Indonesia. I was just talking earlier with Dr. Vincent. It's not just about government-to-government collaboration, but the relationship of all of our peoples and institutions with each other, right? So, I think that OceanX, which is a philanthropic effort, exemplifies a lot of the values in the United States and what we can bring to the relationship with Indonesia. And I hope that we are providing opportunities in this relationship for young people such as yourself to see a better future, to think about different careers you might undertake, and to help make the world a better place. So I'm really glad to hear. I know OceanX has a lot of educational and capacity building components to its programming, provides opportunities for young students and researchers through on-ship experiences and educational programs. And hopefully, somewhere out there is the next generation of marine scientists or researchers, who's here today and might be inspired to take this work forward as you get older. So I believe that through our collaborative efforts and shared expertise, we can unlock the mysteries of the ocean. We can help prepare for a better future and a brighter future for our planet as a whole together. So thank you to all the researchers. Thank you to you for being here. Thank you to the dedicated team members who are part of this mission. We look forward to hearing about the work and the innovations that will come from this expedition. So without further ado, I'll turn it back over to Hasna, and I look forward to hearing from the speakers and from your questions today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pak Jonathan, for the wonderful opening remark. Aside from IPB and SMK Pelayaran Jakarta, I would like to welcome our friends from UI. Hello, everyone. Hi, over there. So moving on to the next agenda in this very special event, I would like to invite our keynote speaker to deliver his inspiring keynote speech today. Everyone, please join me in welcoming the Deputy Coordinating Minister for Maritime Resources of Kemenko Marves, Bapak Muhammad Firman Hidayat. The stage is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I believe all of you are very excited to listen to the presentations to all speakers, not a remark from a government official like me. So I will try to make my speech very brief here. Allow me to highlight the background and the importance and also what we want to achieve from these missions from government of Indonesia perspective. So this is Indonesia. So all of you know that Indonesia is the largest archipelagic country in the world. We have more than 70% of area is actually the sea, the oceans, and we have a lot of these potentials. But I believe that this potential that I showed to you is only a fraction of what we really have. Go to the next slide. So as you can see, only 19% of our ocean that's already been mapped. And I believe it's less than that has been explored by us. While we have one of the deepest sea in the world, like Banda Sea, Flores Sea, or Arafuru Sea, that go more than 4,000 meters, 5,000 meters, or even 7,000 meters depth. So next slide show you the chart illustrates the ocean depth. Yeah. As you can see, the world tallest building, Burj Khalifa, only around like 830 meters. The deepest, the highest mountain is Everest, is 8,000, while Mariana Trench is higher than that, is deeper than that. And you know the Titanic lies around close to like 4,000 meters. While we have like Flores Sea, Sulawesi, Java Trench, or Banda Sea is even deeper than that. So we have Java Trench more than 7,000 meters. Banda Sea is also more than 7,000 meters. So the problem is to access this depth and to understand about the deep sea, it needs a sophisticated technology. It needs a lot of investments. And sometimes developing countries like Indonesia, we are lacking the technology and we are lacking the investment to explore the deep sea of our oceans. So that's why the collaborations become the beacon of hope and progress. So through collaborations, with international partners like esteemed organization like the Ocean X. So we can bridge the gaps by pooling our resources, expertise, and technologies to explore our oceans and tackle complex questions that would otherwise be insurmountable. By joining forces, we can share the burden of equipment and the vessel costs, leverage each other's scientific knowledge, accelerate our learning curves, and achieve sustainable development in the ocean explorations. As you can see in the next slide, this is one of the achievements in earlier expeditions, not with the Ocean X, but in the earlier achievement, we reached one of the deepest point in Indonesian oceans. We broke the record for the deepest dive by Indonesians. The Indonesian scientists went to more than 7,180 meters depth. This cannot be achieved if we don't collaborate with international partners. But don't worry, Indonesia has planned to also building our capacity to be able to access this kind of depth, but maybe in the next 10 or 15 years. So next, so through these missions, we also would like to achieve new and lost Indonesian marine biodiversity. This is the fish called coelacanths. These fish were thought to become extinct 66 million years ago, and we found it in the leg 5 of expeditions. As you can see, this is the pictures that was taken by the expeditions in our deep sea oceans. This is something that probably we never see before. So not only the marine biodiversity, hopefully we can also, this expedition can help us in understand more about the climate change. So using these expeditions, we try to map the mangrove, seagrass, and coral reef. So it allows us to protect better in the case of mitigating the impact of the climate change. Next slide. I think this is also important. So by these expeditions, we would like to unlock innovative product and solutions because from the deep sea, there is a lot of functionalities into different various applications. One of the examples, like from the Mariana Trench, they found like enzyme that can degrade plastics faster than the other materials. So I also believe maybe we can find the cure of cancer from the deep sea of Indonesia. So there are so many potentials to innovative products that we can get from these expeditions. Last but not least, these expeditions not only about talking about economic value, but we also want to, this important is also potentially can also save millions of lives. Indonesia is located in the Ring of Fire, and there are a lot of potentials megatrusts in western part of Sumatra and also southern part of Java. We still remember due to 2004 megatrust earthquake in Aceh that killed 100,000 lives. So we hope that this mission can help us understanding the potential for another megatrust and prepare it for it so we can mitigate and we can anticipate better than before so we can save more lives. So ladies and gentlemen, collaboration with Ocean X also focus on improving the human resource capacity. So there is education aspects. So we have several university lecture tour in Aceh, in Andalas, and I believe today in UI, in Jakarta. And we also have another university lecture tour in Udayana and also in Manado. Next slide, we also have like 2 young explorer programs where we invite 19 Indonesian students from various university to experience doing research and ocean exploration using the Ocean Explorer. Ladies and gentlemen, to close my speech, I would like to say thank you to Ocean X to make the collaboration possible. I would like to also thank you, U.S. Embassy, for this event today. And I would like to also say thank you to all our Indonesia partners that have been involved in this collaboration since the beginning. BRIN, Pushidrosal, Bapenas, BMKG, Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Marine and Fisheries Affairs, Ministry of Education, and many others. So this is only the beginning of a long-term collaborations between Ocean X. It is going to be a long journey, but it's going to be an exciting journey. Again, I invite everyone to be part of this journey to unlock the beauty and the hidden potentials of Indonesia's oceans. Thank you and very good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Bapak Firman, for this speech. Hope everyone find it insightful and inspiring as well. And now, without any further ado, to begin our panel discussion, allow me to introduce our lovely moderator today, the lecturer and researchers of Faculty of Earth Sciences and Technology, ITB. Everyone, a round of applause for Gabriela Alodia, PhD.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, okay. If you guys are from Institut Pertanian Bogor, please make some noise. Yeah, okay. If you guys are from SMK Pelayaran, please make some noise. Okay. If you guys are from Universitas Indonesia, make some noise. Okay, we've got some people around here. And if you guys are not from IPB, SMK Pelayaran, or from UI, please make some noise. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't expect to have such a young audience, so I feel like home. Because I'm a lecturer, I see you every single day. Yeah. So if you don't ask any question, I will ask you question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for introducing me. My name is Gabi. You can call me Bu Gabi, Kak Gabi, whatever. Yeah, Gabi is fine as well. And I'm going to be the moderator of this session. Yeah. So the session is called Deep Ocean Potential of Indonesia. How deep do you explore? So when my colleague seen this title, the first thing that they saw is how deep is your love? Okay, yeah. So different generations understand this. So the young generation doesn't understand this apparently. Yeah. So yeah. I would like to introduce you to our lovely, lovely speakers. So the first speaker is the Director of Research Vessel Management, BRIN, Dr. Nugroho Dwi Hananto. For Pak Nugroho, please come to the stage. Yeah. Give some noise to Pak Nugroho. Okay, our second speaker would be the co-CEO and Chief Science Officer of OceanX, Dr. Vincent Pierbone. Dr. Vincent Pierbone, please come to the stage. Okay. And our third speaker would be Dr. Arya Nihatmanti, the senior marine biologist, BRIN, who was also one of the scientists on board the OceanX Explorer. So Dr. Aryani, please come to the stage. Yeah. Okay, yep, here. That's my seat. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, without further ado, before we listen to the presentation of these amazing speakers, we would like to know what OceanX is, right? Yeah, what is OceanX, where it came from, what we do with BRIN and OceanX and Kemenko Marves. So we've got some introductory video from Ad America, so please play the video. Yeah.
So Nadir, hatch secure, life support running, and we are ready for the water. Remarkable stuff here. Captured for the first time ever a giant squid in its natural habitat.
No one has dived to 1,000 meters in Antarctica.
My depth, 1,000 meters on bottom, over.
Today, we have ways of looking at the reef which give us a completely new vision of one of the greatest treasures of the natural world.
We're on a new frontier of ocean exploration that will bring out the explorer in all of us.
Ocean Explorer will be the most cutting-edge, futuristic, inspirational ocean exploration ship on the water.
Having everything together on this vessel allows us to go from exploration all the way to discovery in the same context.
We've only discovered and explored a fraction of our world's oceans.
We need to make people understand what we do in the next 10 years is going to determine what the ocean looks like in 200 years' time.
The Young Explorers program is an opportunity for students to be immersed in research.
Audiences glued to Blue Planet 2 have been starkly reminded of the problems of plastics pollution.
Hello
to everyone joining us from around the world and in Davos. Here we are coming to you from half a kilometer below the surface of the ocean.
In this campaign, we brought coral reefs to literally millions of New York City transit riders.
50 years ago, Jacques Cousteau and the Calypso managed to capture our imagination. Somehow we lost that moment. We have to get back that personal connection to the sea.
The greatest era of exploration is still ahead of us. Exploring the ocean can help provide a piece to the big puzzle.
I imagine it's going to excite and inspire a lot of people.
Okay, give a round of applause for Ocean X. Okay, without further ado, I will invite Dr. Nugroho Dwi Hananto to present your presentation actually, to present your presentation, to give your presentation, and this is for you if you need it. Yeah.
Yes, Mbak. Thank you. Thank you, Kak Gaby, for the opportunity for me to trigger our discussion. As already mentioned by Pak Deputy Firman, our ocean there is not only large, but also deep. So sometimes we only see that Indonesia is the largest archipelagic country, but we forget to mention that our ocean is also deep. So the title is How Deep Can You Go? It's very, very relevant to our discussion today. You can see that here we have Sumatra subduction, Sunda subduction here, and also Banda Sea. Banda Sea, at depth of 7,400 meters, is the deepest internal waters in the world. So I think this one is very interesting for us, as well as this part here, which is sometimes we call this as a Palung Jawa here, and it is Sumatra, and Java created by subduction of the Indo-Australia plate into Eurasia plate. Next, please. Sorry. Our archipelago also hosts the largest marine biodiversity, as well not only biodiversity with economic prospect, but we also have as a source of geological processes here. We have we have subduction zones, also transfer faults, also convergence zone. So if you may aware of the plates moving together in the world, they can be uh, 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 collide each other. They can create subduction. They can create transform fault, which is lies in between, and then creates the earthquakes here. The largest earthquake we have in Sumatra, 2004 here, which is what you call that, magnitude 9.1, 9.7, 9.1 and something like that. And the last 20 years, we have a Pangandaran earthquake here, Mentawai Pake 2010, Indian Ocean 2012, which is here, and Palu, which is here, and Molukasi in Tehuru in 2021 here. To understand that, we need sophisticated technology. As you may see before, the Ocean X provides us some of technology that we need to assess both the biodiversity as well as geodiversity of our ocean. So why we need Ocean X? Because we also have our research vessel, but in order to enhancing our capacities, we collaborate with our international partners. And again, how we can move forward with the collaboration? At BRIN, the National Research and Innovation Agency, we launched the collaboration platform. For whom? For all Indonesian researchers, for researchers affiliated with the BRIN Research Center, researchers with the university, and also the lecturer, professor from university, as well as student. So what I can see here, we see young people from the SMK, from the university, which is our future leaders. You are our future leaders, our, what you call that, our hope to accelerate further our knowledge and our exploration of our ocean. So that's why BRIN launched this collaborative platform or platform collaborasi in order to create in long term young talent to master how to research, how to what you call that, explore, and then how to transform the potential into real economic benefit for our country. So you are the one. So that's why we here what we see is that very young talented people who are encouraged, who have a very who are excited to explore the ocean. That's why we BRIN launched this SIM, this collaborative platform. We facilitate from BRIN, we facilitate funding as a funding agency. We fund strategic invitation, and then we provide you with research facilities. Now we are collaborating using Ocean X, and now we also renew our research vessel by building two new more research vessels starting from 2021 that will be finished in 2027, next 3 years. While doing so, we are collaborating with our partners to train us, to familiarize us with new technology, with new science, so that when we have our own instrumentation, we are ready. And for next 3 years, I believe you are a student, next 3 years, you have become master student if you are now a bachelor student. For SMK student, next 3 years, you become bachelor or you become professional in mastering the vessel. So I think this discussion is very useful for us to what you call that, to emphasize our path of the to explore our ocean. Then we have the researcher mobility program. In doing so, we collaborate with international institution. We will invite professors from outside, overseas. Like with Ocean X, we will invite some of Ocean X professors after the Ocean X to come to Indonesia to work with us on the data, with us here in Indonesia with our facilities, so that we can enhance our capacity here locally, not only with BRIN, but also with university, with ITP, with IPP, UI, whatever. For us, the most important thing is Indonesian researchers should accelerate their efforts to improve their capacity, as well as internship. Internship for students. We provide internship with BRIN, what we call research assistantship as well. So if you would like to work with us with BRIN, you can apply to us for research assistantship, also for postdoc, and also one other scheme is for the degree by research. This is for you to get your master or doctor at doctorate level. One of the collaborative platform is the expedition and exploration of marine and geological biodiversities. It means the collaborative platform to explore our ocean with facilities that we have and with collaboration that we have. And this is our collaborative platform. We have a project for multi-year research collaboration to explore marine and geology. This is in line, the Ocean X is in line very well with this collaborative platform because they provide us means to search for the biodiversity as well as geodiversity. Our aim is just to, our theme is just to conduct research in marine geoscience. It means that to find submarine faults, submarine volcanoes, prospection of GNG prospection, oil and gas, and everything. With Ocean X, we do not explore for oil and gas, but the others, submarine volcanoes, biodiversity, oceanography, atmospheric science, biodiversity, and soil assessment. You can see here our plan. This year with Ocean X, we will explore this part. We already explore from Sambu to north of Aceh, where we find submarine volcanoes, hydrothermal activity, and then Mentawai. We search for the Mentawai migrators and large seamounts here. And in 2024, we do, as Deputy Firman already mentioned, we do the deepest dive in the in the Java Trench. And in 2026, 2025, we will explore the Sahul Shelf and also the eastern Indonesia. And again, in 2024, we will use our own fleet to explore the Sunda
Dr. Nugroho,
Shelf.
you've got 1 more minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
just one more slide. So, mobility, I invite you if you are interested in to collaborate with us as a research assistant, then you can contact us in further details. And this is some of our results, photos from Ocean X or other our collaborators from Chinese Academy of Science. I think with that, thank you very much and welcome our future leaders of marine science.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nugroho, for such an inspiring presentation. Okay, now we will give the floor to Dr. Vincent Pierbond for the next presentation. Yeah, the floor is yours.
I don't have any slides, so you have to just stare at me the entire time, which is very depressing. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for here. This is the culmination of almost 2 years worth of work, exciting work. It started at the G20 meeting. We started meeting people then and hoping for the idea of this expedition. And it may seem simple to bring a vessel into Indonesia because you have thousands of vessels coming into your waters at all the time, but this was a particularly difficult process and a particularly new process to bring a vessel like this into the waters. And we're so grateful to the contributions and the work and the attention and everything that was done by the government of Indonesia to allow this to happen. So very exciting. Let me just start, as we're in an American pavilion, and I'm an American scientist. I'm also a professor at Yale University and the CEO of Ocean X. And I want to say that as an American, I am proud of the American research community. America does a tremendous amount of support of basic scientific research. We believe strongly in the idea that the basic study of scientific processes leads ultimately to very important findings. So we have research institutions throughout America that study very basic concepts that don't necessarily have direct relevance to economic value within the country. And out of those processes have come the largest economic gains in our country. Information technology was born out of these kind of things. The whole internet revolution was born out of this kind of investigation. And also biomedical research and CRISPR and all these amazing discoveries that come out of that kind of science. And we believe strongly at Ocean X that the basic scientific study and exploration of the ocean will lead to these unexpected findings. The entire definition of exploration is to go where you haven't been before. And our goal here in Indonesia was to explore in many ways, just to go look and see places on the earth that are remarkable and unique, which are a lot of them lying in your waters, and to see them for the first time, to bring a research vessel and to bring local scientists who have the best understanding of your waters onto our vessel. We're going to hear from one in a moment, to bring them onto a vessel and supply them with the ability to do this, but mainly to bring like-minded people together to go out and look at the ocean and see what's there. And I would really love to emphasize the idea that exploring the ocean has immediate economic value for a country and long-term economic value. And as young people entering into this space, I would just like to leave in your mind the thought that studying the weird creatures and protecting the weird creatures in the ocean will ultimately provide value to your people and to the world. And this is bore out over and over again. For example, we all went through this terrible COVID pandemic recently, and everybody has been exposed to a PCR test, right? PCR is possible because of an enzyme from an extremophile organism. Without that enzyme, which does the polymerase reaction during the heat cycling, PCR is not possible, and every one of those millions of PCR reactions would never have happened. Two enzymes have been developed to do that. One of them was found in Montana in hot springs, and the other was found in the bottom of the ocean. So what we saw earlier, Minister Furman showed a slide there of all the potential in the ocean. So myself as a biologist says, in this new era, there's a new era you're entering, if you're not aware, of AI-driven biological science. And the ocean is a key to that future revolution. And it's going to revolutionize medicine, healthcare, industrial processes, and everything. It's already happening. So your ocean is full of really unique things. Things that may take 10 years to see the light of day, but things that are going to revolutionize the way we function. A little tiny enzyme that was discovered in bacteria called CRISPR, for those of you not aware, is allowing genetic modifications of almost any organism overnight, and is already resulting in the curing of a range of diseases. Will probably, and has already garnished the Nobel Prize. Green fluorescent protein is a tiny fluorescent protein that my laboratory works on. Garnished the 2008 Nobel Prize, was also an ocean organism. So what's out there? I don't know. But what we have to do is find it and look at it and explore it. So this mission is in many ways, like many of the missions Ocean Explorer does, is the study and the exploration of the unknown. And the ocean is the best place on the earth to study the unknown. The vast majority of the ocean has never been visited. Every place that we visited while we were in Indonesia has never been seen before. We go down, we go around, we see small portions of the ocean. It's so difficult to get there. But when we go there, we always find interesting things. And we've published hundreds of papers on these topics coming out of what we've discovered out of the ocean. So I would encourage everyone in this room to think about your oceans as an incredibly valuable asset and resource. But at the same time, our oceans, all of our oceans around the world, are in desperate need of help. Because of overuse and abuse, everyone is responsible for that. And everyone is now responsible for fixing it. And Indonesia has committed itself to doing that. But it's your generation, ultimately, that will be responsible for helping make that case. We in the United States have had an advanced attack on our ocean, and we've not done a good job of it in many cases. We are now recovering from the damage that we've done to our reef systems, it's, for example, in Florida, and that's costing us billions and billions of US dollars a year to recover what was an enormous economic value to our country. We lost that value, and we're trying to regain it. You still have the value in place in your country. So many of your natural resources are in beautiful condition and should remain that way. And I think it's a responsibility, but it's also economically a great advantage for your country. You have totally underutilized your marine areas in terms of tourism, in terms of all these different aspects of deriving value from your ocean water. So I can only encourage you as a young generation to take the lead on that and to use these kind of expeditions as a chance for you to see and learn about your ocean, and to encourage and push your government officials to support basic science, to develop larger exploration programs at BRIN, to build a fleet of ships like the one you saw here earlier, Ocean Explorer, to use those ships to explore your waters and to derive the value that your generation will need to derive out of the ocean. So it's a great moment, and we are honored as an organization, OceanX, to play our tiny part in what is going to be an enormous development of your amazing country. You have a huge amount of water, you have a huge amount of resources and human resources to put to work on this topic. So to us, Indonesia is one of the most exciting ocean exploration places on the earth, and it's something that our organization has been really exciting and look forward to coming and visiting. And it certainly has not let us down. What you'll see, we don't have a lot of findings from what's happening already because all that work has to be analyzed by scientists. But already we know that, so the more you can learn about it, the more you can understand why and possibly help predict when these things might happen. There's really nothing humans can do to prevent these kind of things, but a better understanding and a better monitoring and a better alert system is certainly what I think this country has done a great job of and will continue to do. And you will be the custodians of that work as time goes forward. So there's many job opportunities and many amazing things for young people to think about in the ocean space. And your country derives a tremendous amount of economic value out of fisheries and shipping and offshore wind and offshore investments that will only grow as time goes on. So I can't say enough to encourage all of young people to think about that as a career in the future. And this vessel that we produced, I was one of the designers of the vessel and the builders of the vessel, was to create a vessel that would inspire people, that would not just do scientific research, but would film it and bring it to life. So the voice you heard on one of our videos is from Jim Cameron, the film director. He helped us build the vessel and make it visually appealing. And he's a huge collaborator of ours. We just finished working on a series that will come out on National Geographic in August 18th, for those of you who can see it on Disney+. It's a 6-part series following a group of young explorers from down in Florida all the way up into the Arctic. So we spent an entire summer working the entire Atlantic Ocean in the middle of COVID, filming this series. It'll come out in August. I hope in the future we'll do such a thing here in Indonesia, because one of the richest places on earth. We'll be visiting, as Minister Furman mentioned, your amazing coelacanths. So you have these fish that exist only here, as far as anyone knows. This species, there's another group that lives off the coast of Africa. But as he said, those were basically lost from the record. People thought they didn't exist, and they found them less than 100 years ago. Fishermen caught them off the coast here, and they've been seen by very few people. Hopefully we'll be heading up there. It's an honor to go into the waters and look at these incredible, like, living dinosaurs in the waters in northern Sulawesi.
Dr. Pirbon, you've got 1 more minute, sorry.
My bet is almost. My bet is that these animals live in other places in Indonesia, and it's just a matter of you guys finding how to get there. So in conclusion, I would just like to say it's an honor to be here. It was a lot of work, but it was all worth it to take this expedition and see this expedition happen. I'd really like to express my dearest thanks to Minister Furman for making this happen and sticking with us through this entire process. And I hope this is the beginning of many collaborative things. And maybe the next time the boat is in these waters, one of you will join us on board the boat. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Dr. Pirbon. So yeah, support basic science research. That's such an interesting remark. So yeah, our last speaker today, Dr. Aryani Hatmanti. The floor is yours, Bu Aryani.
Check, check. Do you hear my voice? Yes, okay. Who like the beach? Who like the ocean? Do you want to go to the deep ocean? Raise your hand. You want to go to deep ocean? Okay, good, thank you. This time maybe I don't want to share any data or something like Pak Nugroho said. I just want to share my experience. I was in Ocean X in the Lake One last May to June for 13 days. 13 days, I think, yes. Actually, I met Pak Firman and Prof. Vincent by online, but now they are here. Please give applause to them. Okay, next slide, please. May I have, okay. Thank you. So this is the Ocean Egg, and I saw it in the website. I wanted to be there, and then I was there. You will be the next, okay? And how the journey was start. Maybe you want to know how to be there. And then actually, like Pak Nugro said, they have the program and the scheme how to be in the Ocean Egg, to explore the ocean. And then in 2023, I think, they offer they call for proposal, and this is my proposal: exploring the biodiversity and microbial communities in hydrothermal vents in the northern way and western Pacific Ocean. And then this is the full expedition actually for the Sumatra, from Sambu Island, and then we go to for until this one in Jakarta. No, the Ocean X in Jakarta. And then this is the route of the expedition too. We pass the Malacca Strait, Malacca Strait, and then Maluku Basin, and then north of Aceh, and then the west of Aceh. This route contain cross strait road, and then deep sea, and then a hydrothermal vent. That's the one that I wanted to study about. And then this is how we start the mission. We take many equipment here, and then this is our team in the Lake One. Actually, this is the first time we met. Yeah, some of BRIN. We have, I think, 5 or 7 from BRIN, and then one from Syekh Kuala University in Aceh, and then from ITB, Ziko, and then we have also from IPB, Pak Iqbal. And then actually we already met all in the Ocean Egg. It was, I was very nervous actually on the time. So when we start the exploration, we always have a meeting, we have a discussion. So in the 5:30 in the evening, we always have a science meeting. And then we also have many discussion in every room. This is in dining room, this is in the lab, this is in the lounge, and this is also in the lab, wet lab, and then this also the lounge. We have the science meeting in the lounge. And then this is the first cycle that the Ocean Egg have. They have the submersible, and then they have the helicopter to trace the biota, the macrobiota, like the fishes and something. And then we have the ROV, and then we also have the shark, metal shark. Actually, I went to the shallow hydrothermal by this vessel. And then this is the mission control. I think when you saw the movie, maybe you can see like this, yeah. So the Ocean Egg is just, I just look like I'm a star in the Ocean Egg. So this is the mission control, and then this discussion always happen here, and this is our team when we are waiting for the next station. And this is the water sampler actually. The one from Marine and Fisheries University should know about this. This is the Niskin bottles and CTD here. They have the CTD, so they can record the data in the real time. And then this is the CTD. We put the CTD into the ocean until how many depth do you want, and we took the sample. We have 24 Niskin bottle, and each have a 10 liter, so you will got many. And then this, the CTD was controlled by, this is Meti, and this is my colleague, Faisal. How deep the water do you want to take, you just tell to the operator here. And after the CTD come to on the board, and then we take the sample, the water sampling, and this one we just take it with using the jerry can and then the small bottle, depend on what data do you want to analyze. And then we take to the wet lab and filter it. For me, because I'm a microbiologist, so I took the sample for eDNA also. And then this is the oceanographic team. They filter for chlorophyll, for nutrient, microplastic, and etc. Also trace metal. And then this is the gravity core. This is for sediment sampling. Actually, there are two kind of sediment equipment to take the sample for sediment. The one is box core, but in Oceanic we don't have it. And then we use the gravity core. So this one is just like you just put it here, and then we take it. We drop it to the ocean, and then we take it back, and then we take to the laboratory. This is the longest one. I think it's around 2 meters. So we can take sample from this core. And then, sorry, this is the ROV control. So for the submersive, we can go down, but for the ROV, it's only the equipment go down to the floor, the sea floor, and then we can take, we can see from the control room here. Which sample you want to take, you just tell to the operator. Just something like this, and this one we take the sediment sample, something like this, and put it to the canister.
Yeah. Sorry, Dr. Aryani, very
Yes.
interesting, but one more minute.
Okay. Okay, then this is the ROV, like this, and then this is also the ROV, and then this is the wet lab activity. You can see here our activities, and then this is me take sample for microbes. I collect from on board, and then next this is the dry lab. So after take the sample, we extract the sample here. Actually, this is my first time to extract the DNA on board, because usually the sample should be taken to the lab and then do in the lab. And then here, this we can see we can do the sequencing, and this is the plankton sampling, and then this one also. This is the cell hydrothermal fan, and then this one is the facility, the room, and then the dining room, and also you can see the snack too. You will be fed there. And then this is the press conference. Sorry, Pak Firman. And then actually we also have this one. If you go to the deep of the ocean, just don't forget to put the styrofoam and then just write, "I love you," or something like that. And then from the big, this one become the small one like this because of the pressure. And then this is our friends from Indonesia and from abroad. And then this is Meti, the science director. I think we met, yeah, this morning. And this all, I think. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody who put here. I put here. And then if you need to contact, just please contact us. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Aryani. Such an interesting presentation. Yeah, I feel like looking at my second home there. Yeah, I always love being on board. I hope you will too. Yeah. Okay. Questions. If you've got any question, please raise your hand. Okay, 3 questions. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Okay, 3 questions. How do you mobilize the microphone? Yeah. Who was the first one? Yeah. Please say your name, where are you from, and who the question is going to be for. Yeah.
It's okay if I...
If you want to speak in Indonesia, yes, I can translate it to you. Okay.
It's okay. I want
Hopefully.
to learn to.
Oh, you
English.
want to learn English? Okay, cool. Great. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Kak Gaby, for your opportunities. Hello, the keynote speakers, Bapak Nugroho, Professor Vincent, and Miss Ariana. Ariana.
Aryani.
Aryani. Oh, yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay. Based on the background of this program, gitu. I look.
What's your name and
Oh,
where are you
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My name is Alvan, and I'm from IPB University, Department of Marine Science and Technology, Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Science. Okay, I want to ask question based on the background of this program, gitu. Is the exploration, right? And to educate, to connect, to inspire, gitu. Nah, through the implementation of the collaboration with BRIN and Kemenko, Marves and the others. Gitu. I'm very interested in the concept of the deep sea exploration on this program, gitu, especially on Indonesia, in Indonesia. Also, Dr. Gonzalo Perez Rosales from Hong Kong University of Science and Technology in the ISOS programs yesterday of that organized by Department of Marine Science and Technology says that the more, the deeper the ocean, the more the diverse ecosystem in it, gitu. And I believe that the potential of Indonesia, and I believe that the program of ASEAN X can prove it, gitu. But I want to discuss about that Miss Aryani, gitu, speak about microplastic, gitu. That based on research using the same method as Dr. Gonzalo, the ITK student also found through non-metric multidimensional scaling on microplastic that found the distribution of microplastic was correlate with the macro distribution of the plastic debris. My question is, what is the speaker's response to the problem of marine debris, which perhaps during deep sea exploration will not know, gitu. We will not know, will turn out the found rubbish or especially plastic, which will later be degraded into microplastic. And I want to hear what your pendapat, opinion.
Your opinion, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
opportunities, KGB.
So about marine debris and microplastic, is it for Dr. Aryani or is it for specific speakers?
The Dr. Aryani and Prof. Vincent, all of them.
All of them. You need to choose.
Oh, I need to choose.
You need to choose.
How
Yeah.
many? One, two. Oh, one.
Okay, Dr. Aryani.
Dr.
and
Aryani.
Vincent. Okay, thank you. Okay, we will keep the question first, Vincent and Dr. Aryani. Okay, so about marine debris and microplastic from Alvan, yeah? Is it Alvan? Yes. Alvan. Okay. The second question, yeah, you. Okay. Marine debris and microplastic.
Test. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Let me introduce my name. My name is Divana. I'm from Marine Science and Technology, IPB University. This question is for Mr. Vincent. Thank you, Mr. Vincent, for the opportunity because that I've been selected in Indonesia Young Explorers Program. And I'm ready to sailing to the journey this mission from 4th August until 10 August. And thank you. And start from Labuan Bajo. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, I have 3 questions about for Mr. Vincent. It's the question 1 is, will Ocean X will be coming to Indonesia next year? Because I think that many students, especially from IPB University, have want to join this program. And the second question is, what form of cooperation will Ocean X BRIN and Kemenko Marves have? Will it be sustainable project? And the third question is, how long will Ocean X be in Indonesia? Because I feel curiosity about that, the Ocean X. That's it, my question. Thank you.
Sorry, what's your name again and where are you from?
Divana from Marine Science and Technology, IPB University.
IPB, okay. Bifara, is it?
Divana.
Divara, okay. Okay. Third question, I think it's beside Divara. It's just beside her. Is it you? Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. Thank you, KGB, for opportunity, and good afternoon to speaker. My name is Esya Shadi, and but most people call me Bulia. Yeah, you can call me Bulia. I saw in social media the Ocean Explorer is boundless the exploration in the marine sector. But I'm still curious. Could you explain the specific sector of marine science that the Ocean Explorer focus, and what the data visualization or what types data of are gathered? Enough. Thank you.
Who the question is for? Who are you
For
directing
Prof.
the question
Vincent.
to? It's okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Apparently, Dr. Vincent is very popular. Yeah. Okay, cool. The first question from Alvan. Yeah. So to Dr. Aryani first, probably. So, do you have any remarks on marine debris and microplastic and how it affects our ocean? And yeah, especially if it's regarding your research as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Alvan. Alvan is my son. Alvan is my son.
Tali kasih ya.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the question, Alvan. Actually, for marine debris, in this time, the one that do the analysis for marine debris is our college. But actually, as I'm the scientist, so I have to answer the question. For the marine debris, actually, this is really very, very difficult to avoid, yeah, because some of, no, not some, I think all of us already throw out all plastic to the land and then going to the ocean. And actually, this is very bad because it will be the microplastic, because this is they can degrade by the nature and then become the microplastic, and then the fishes, or not fishes, maybe from the plankton, they can eat the microplastic, and then the plankton eaten by the bigger fish, and then fish will catch and then will eat by the people. And actually it's already happened, and we already analyzed in the lab that many of microplastic already we can see by the microscope, SEM or something, we can see the microplastic already inside of the feces. So just be careful to throw out the plastic in the environment. That my first remark. And then the second one, actually as a marine microbiologist, I also study about the plastic degrader microbes. So in the lake one, we found in the deep sea, yeah, it's around 1,000 something. We still found the plastic bag. And I think it was in the presentation too, yeah. And the plastic was covered by the biota. So it means it's already be the biosphere, plastisphere. Maybe you can search from the Google, plastisphere, and then it was covered by biofilm of microbes, and then the biota can live on the plastic bag, something like that. So it's really happened that the plastic bag is under the sea and it still be a plastic bag. So it's really hard to degrade it. I think maybe that's from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aryani. Yeah. Dr. Vincent, you've got any other remarks?
Well, I would just say that as a biologist and a drug developer, when plastic becomes very tiny, like when it goes beyond the micron size down to a 100 nanometers, 300 nanometers, which microplastics can become, they become very dangerous to biological systems because biological systems can't discriminate them as foreign objects, and they become integrated. So in the United States, when we make drugs that are of a particular size, they become under a different set of regulations. So we're actually sort of doing this artificially in the environment, but we're doing it also by wearing polyester clothing, which is full of plastic fibers. So what it's doing is it's stimulating an entire new ecosystem of bacteria to dissolve and eat that material in the sea, which is a promising note that the sea will ultimately reclaim that plastic. But in the interim, it will suffocate fish. It causes all sorts of problems. Fishing gear that's lost in the sea is disastrous to large megafauna. So we all need to kind of come to the realization that we need to build plastics that are more degradable in the ocean, and we need to enforce that. And plastic bags that degrade, biodegradable, there are cellulosic plastic bags that are made from trees. And so these are the things that I think as the world needs to embrace the concept of reducing overall plastic deposition, because what ends up in land ends up in streams and rivers ultimately end up in the ocean. So, yeah, it's a big problem.
Yeah, apparently it's a bigger problem than we could think of, yeah, because the chain is very, very long. We never really know where the plastic would end. That's really cool. Okay, thank you, Dr. Vincent and Dr. Aryani. The next question, well, the next three questions, yeah. So the first one, when would be the next time that the Ocean X would be coming back here? My question as well. And then, what is the form of cooperation between Ocean X and Kemenko Marves and BRIN as well, probably? So, Dr. Nugroho, if you want to add up to this question as well, the form of cooperation, and how long will Ocean X be in the Indonesian waters? Yeah.
So the goal with the vessel is to remain in the Indo-Pacific region for at least the next 5 to 10 years. Now, that isn't just Indonesian waters. We'll be going, after this expedition, we'll be going to Malaysian waters, and then Philippines, and then possibly Thailand. I'm at sort of the advanced team going to various countries. So the amount of time that it would spend in Indonesia each year really is dependent on our ability as groups to reschedule and replan and refinance trips back to the waters of Indonesia. So I'm hopeful. Our goal is to return to Indonesian waters each year. That's very dependent on all the factors that it took to put this expedition together. I hope this first expedition paved the way to make things easier for the vessel to be in waters in the future. And now it's just a matter of organizing, arranging, and developing those future expeditions. So the hope would be to return year in and year out. But we'll also be visiting other areas in the region. Like I said, we're in discussions with the Philippine government right now. We'll be entering their waters in November. We'll be in Malaysia right after this expedition for a short trip.
So it will be around in the Pacific area for the next 5 to 10 years.
That's right, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Dr. Nugroho, you would like to add up on the cooperation between Ocean X, Kemenko Marves, BRIN, and everyone in here? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much for the question. So this is very important question, how we put partnership with the Ocean X. So for us, the most important thing is how we address the science. First, once we can identify the science that we can address together with Ocean X, then we collaborate with them. Form of collaboration is that we provide frameworks for the science, as already mentioned by Professor Vincent. We provide the framework for the expedition from Malacca Strait to up to the north and the Indian Ocean to address scientific question that is important for our knowledge for basic science as well as applied science. We would like to study starting from the hydrothermal vents, submarine volcanoes, faults, submarine faults that will trigger tsunami, that will trigger tsunami if they're active, as well as to find some molecular things that Ibu Aryani want to find out and want to prospect, and as well as the oceanographics and climate change issues. So these frameworks, we work together with Ocean X to find out common interest between Ocean X and us here, with support of coordinating ministry for marine and investment. So this should be a model for us on how we enhance this collaboration. And for your information, all the data collected by OceanX did not go outside Indonesian territory. They are still here with us. So if you want to have a, let's say, tugas akhir apa ya Mbak? Final project.
Final project.
For
yeah.
master or for undergraduate thesis and also for PhD, then you can contact us and find out with Ibu Gaby as well as a docent, a lecturer, or others from IPB University. We have Professor Agus Atmatipura who joined the Leg 3 of Ocean Expedition. So I think we can use all this data that acquired locally here. So I think this form of collaboration is kind of mutually benefit collaboration. So I think how long and until when, we just can discuss further, so that we can have a, now we already paved the foundation, right? Mutual trust, right? So then for next year, we can just elaborate more to address very specific scientific agenda, so that we can make very useful of the assets on board of OceanX, as well to enhance our capacity in the mastering all the technical things as well as scientific part of the expedition. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So the science first, and then trust, yeah, mutual trust, and then we could get the building blocks even further. Wow, amazing. So in relation to that, the last question for Dr. Vincent would be, what sector of marine science OceanX focuses on so far? Yeah.
So within our organization, we have our own internal science programs, which we develop independently, really, of countries, although we try to utilize them in countries. And so our big areas of focus have been studies of coral reefs, studies using AI and digital twinning of the ocean is something that we're very interested in. New ways to image ocean life, new ways to explore, so new ways to extract information from the ocean. Molecular biology, as you saw here, we're developing on board the ability to do even higher throughput sequencing capabilities, to use DNA sequencing to determine the presence and absence of organisms, to quantify the levels of organisms. So we have a molecular approach, an AI-based approach, and a sort of an approach, a very modern approach is to take all of this data and feed it to large-scale AIs to help ask questions that are otherwise just impossible to ask. So we have this multi-pronged approach, and the deep ocean is really a very big focus of Ocean Explorer, because we have these unique capabilities to get you into the deep. And lastly, I would say, of course, is media. Our organization is really big on producing television programs, social media, shorts, and things to make sure the world sees exactly what's happening here. So all the science and research that's being done, that we bring it back in a very positive way, and in a way that's very compelling and competitive with other modern media. It's difficult to compete with Hollywood movies, so we have to produce really high-quality media and high-quality presentations of what happens. So we'll, as I mentioned, in August 18th, I think it's the 18th, is we're releasing a television program we worked on with Jim Cameron and the people from the BBC Natural History Unit, National Geographic, and OceanX are producing with James Cameron a series that you'll see. So these kind of things we would do, and as I mentioned, I hope we get to produce these kind of things in this area in the future. We certainly have a lot of interest from distributors to produce that kind of documentaries.
Okay, thank you very much. So spans a lot, yeah. You basically cater like from end to end for the marine sciences, and you also broadcast it, make videos of it, so people can actually know, enjoy, get a wider outreach of the science as well. Yeah. Okay, before we go to the floor again, we've got a question from the audience online. Hello. Just the wait. Yeah, we've got a question. I think this one is very interesting because we're looking at it from the other side. So the question is from Dava. What are the environmental risks associated with exploring Indonesia's deep ocean, do you think? Okay.
The environmental risks.
Yeah, the environmental risks of exploring the Indonesian deep ocean. Yeah.
Well, to get a vehicle down to 7,000 meters, you need a large ship. There really is no other way around it. It's very difficult to do this in very small vessels. So the vessel that we have has cabling that allows that CTD to go down to 7,000 meters. So it's 7 kilometers of cabling, and the RV can go to 6,000 meters and requires 4,000 volts. So you need a large ship. Now, large compared to the ones that you have out in your shipping lanes, it's not large based on a cargo shipper or things like this, but it is a large vessel. So it's difficult to make a vessel of that size completely green in its operations. However, Ocean Explorer actually is one of the greener operating vessels because we do urea stripping of all of our filtrates. We filter out all of the exhaust that comes out of the stack, so we have very little soot accumulation when we do that. We also run it's a hybrid electric vehicle, so it runs electric engines but uses diesel power. We're hopeful that in the near future we'll be able to partially power the vehicle off, say, things like hydrogen through fuel cells, possibly ammonia, although it's quite toxic compound. But the vehicle is already essentially a hybrid electric vehicle, so all it needs is batteries or another source of electrical power, and then the vessel could run like that. That sort of technology and those fuel sources are not really readily available yet, but we would be glad, and we would like to produce a vehicle or retrofit our vehicle to allow it to run fully green. But right now it's a typical diesel engine. Although we burn high-grade diesel on board, we don't run bunker fuel through our vehicle.
Thank you. Bu Aryani, you would like to add on it, probably, as well? Okay. And Dr. Nugroho, maybe?
Yes, thank you. So what is the impact, environment effect assessment of the exploration? This is very important question. As already mentioned by Vincent, the thing is that we need first vehicle. Then the second is how we explore the deep ocean. The type of exploration is different with time to time, with the technology we have. So with Ocean X, we use ROVs, we use submersibles, we use gravity cores. Some of the other exploration, they use grabs, core, as well as dredge. When we just dredge all the way the seafloor, which is not very environmental friendly because we just destroy the seafloor. Using the technology we have with collaboration, we use this during this expedition. We use, as mentioned by Vincent, minimal and invasive experiment using robots, using high-tech visual. In larger scale, basically, exploration also have an impact on the environment, not only because of the pollution, but also on the impact of the seafloor and also at the water column. So this should be minimized using various technology to make this operation green. Of course, there's still impact. And if you see, the future of deep sea exploration is to find oil and gas, deep sea oil and gas, and then marine minerals, which, that's the future of our energy and our mineral resources. But we have to remember that also in the deep ocean, we can find a lot of biodiversity which we don't know now. So again, your question is valid, and for us, the most important thing is to apply the exploration, deep sea exploration in Indonesian water by considering the sustainable way. I think that's our main message here, to minimize the impact on the exploration, or even we should enhance our techniques and technology to explore that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Minimize the impact and still advance the science. Okay, we've got time for one more question. I want to see if there's any question from that side first. Okay, any question from that side? Okay. Okay, one question. Yeah, please. Yeah.
The most difficult place to reach.
Yes.
With a microphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is Rahmat Saputra. I'm from High School Vocational Marine Jakarta. I have one question. What effect on sea deep are caused by sailing ship? Thank you.
Okay, the effect to the sea by sailing of the ship itself.
Yes.
Okay. It's actually, yeah, we can add to it's similar to the last question, I guess, yeah.
I think Dr. Nugroho mentioned something very important, was the goal, one of the features of this vessel is to do very targeted discovery, very targeted sampling. So as opposed to other methods, as we mentioned, dredging or large-scale bottom netting, we try to go down guided by sonographic study of the ocean floor with ROVs and do very discrete sampling of those creatures and those organisms that are most interesting to the scientists, and not just collecting en masse large amounts of animals. So the vessel itself is, as I mentioned, is a diesel-powered vessel, so it produces, of course, CO2. But the sound is another interesting thing to think about. There have been studies done on sonographic studies done on research vessels, and they seem to have sort of minimal impact on marine mammals. There's some issue with large sounding related to oil and gas exploration or military operations that affect hearing and affect beaching of marine mammals. But the type of sonar systems that we use have been shown not to have an impact, not an obvious impact anyways, on the lives of the organisms below us. So although we use fairly powerful sonar systems, they don't seem to have a significant impact on animals that use hearing as a source. So anytime you bring a vehicle like the ROVs into the deep ocean, you're bringing light pollution to the ocean, you're bringing sound pollution. So all those things we can clearly see impacts on animals, especially in the deep ocean. We have to be very careful with bright lights because all the animals in the deep ocean never see bright lights. So we try to go in with slightly dimmer lights or even red lights in places where we want to study animals without perturbing them. And then we sample very selectively the organisms that are down there to bring to the surface. So we try to minimize the impact that the vessels have on the ocean.
Okay, thank you very much. Please give a round of applause for our speakers. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, we've reached the end of our session. So if you guys still have any question, you can always come to Dr. Aryani, Dr. Vincent, and Dr. Nugroho to pose your questions directly. Yeah. So I will conclude this session by giving the floor back to Hasna as our e-guide. Yeah. Thank you.
Can we give another round of applause for our speakers along with our amazing moderator? Thank you very much to our speakers along with our moderator for today's very intriguing discussion and also very informative session. And also, can be a way to preserve and also maximize the potential of our oceans as our source of life. So if you find yourself enjoying this event, you can also stay tuned to our website for upcoming events at www.atamerica.or.id. And if you do have some amazing ideas, and you can always collaborate with us and also submit your event ideas. You can stay tuned to our social media platforms as well. We are on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram at AT America. And you can always rewatch our previous programs on our YouTube channel at AT America. With that, thank you so much again, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you so much for your interesting question. My name is Hasna, and see you on the next At America event. Bye-bye, everybody.